Hello. I hope you were all able to enjoy the holidays in spite of all that's going on. Hopefully, 2021 will be a better year for all of us. Wanted to make this video and show you my stone fruit trees, which have all entered their dormant period. Up until a few days ago, several of these trees still had a good amount of leaves on them. I went through and defoliated all of these trees in order to induce dormancy. This group here, my peach trees, had very few leaves. Most had dropped on their own. But this 4-on-1 peach tree had a few, so I took them off. This other group here, my nectarine trees are in the back, and that's a spicy nectar plum in the front. All had several leaves that were still on the trees. The Spice Z had dropped the majority of its leaves all on its own, but the two nectarine trees in the back still had a good 20 to 30% of its leaves. This last group here, my apricot trees in the back and the apium cotton candy that's in the front, all had more than 50% of the leaves still on them before I went through and defoliated them. Last season, all these trees had lost all or most of their leaves by late December, so I decided I had better defoliate them getting late into the season, and they still hadn't dropped as many leaves as I had hoped. I should have really done this a lot sooner, probably closer to the end of December. All of my stone fruit trees seem to be off schedule. If you look closely at some of the flower buds, you can see that they're already starting to swell. Some of these trees, in particular my peach trees, are early setting fruit varieties. But even so, this is way too early for these flower buds to start swelling. Last season, the earliest trees weren't this far along until the end of February, early March. I've had some of these trees for years now, and they've never been this far ahead. All of these stone fruit trees were planted in the ground about a year ago, so that may be part of the reason. Having been in the ground for such a short time, most likely they have not had a chance to fully acclimate to their new environment. I've already pinched off a few flowers on the peach and nectarine trees. This 3-on-1 peach tree I have growing in this grow bag is one that started to flower about 2 weeks ago. That was way too early, so I pinched off the flowers. And as you can see, there are still several buds that are just about to open, and a few of them towards the ends of the branches you can already see the flower that's starting to emerge. The apricot trees, as well as the apium, all seem to be on schedule. I don't see any of the flower buds swelling like they are on the nectarine and peach trees, so hopefully all will be well with these trees. I'll continue to monitor them. Hopefully the rest of the buds will remain closed for at least another 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see. Okay, I also wanted to show you this dwarf Cavendish banana. A few weeks ago I noticed that it had produced a flower bud and it was started to develop some bananas. I really haven't been giving this plant a whole lot of attention because I was planning on transplanting them to another location in my yard. Now I'm gonna hold off until I harvest these before I move the rest of these banana plants. I also have this ice cream banana that is getting ready to put on some fruit. As you can see, the flower bud is getting ready to push out some of the bananas. I've been coming out here on a regular basis, taking video on its development. As soon as I harvest the fruit off of this plant, I'll post a flower bud to harvest video so you can follow along with the development of this plant. I also recently pruned my fig trees. I saved some of the cuttings and I'm going to try to get them to root. I have them in this grow tent. This is the first time I've ever tried to get cuttings to root. I'll be posting a video if and when that does happen. And I also planted some Barbados, Surinam, and Pitomba seeds. These have only been here a few days. If this planting project turns out to be a success, I'll go ahead and make a video of them as well. And lastly, here is my Cherry mango. I talked about this one in a previous video. This mango was grown from the seed of my very first and only mango that I harvested this season. I've been documenting its progress, so this is another one that I'll be posting a video on. Well, that'll be it for now. As I've mentioned, I have several upcoming videos that I hope you will find informative. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing so you can follow along, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. As always, stay safe, grow your own, and thank you for watching.